Right, I'm going to take you on one of my favourite trips that I've ever done to the Similan Islands. Wow, this really is paradise on earth. So, right, let me take you back to the beginning. So I was picked up at 4:40 in the morning. Bright and early, the sun was literally coming up. I wasn't too thrilled about the early start, but we were told that we needed to go early to get ahead of everyone else, and honestly, it was so worth it. After an hour and a half long nap on the boat, there is no better way to wake yourself up than jumping in the cold sea. I mean, it wasn't that cold, but it definitely woke me up. Oh, the water was just so fresh. This was actually the first time I'd swum since being in Thailand. You know, being in Bangkok and Chiang Mai was amazing, but there's no water around there, so I was just relieved because at this point it was like 35 degrees. So I had a little explore. I'm such a water baby, so I was just so in my element. Someone had said that they'd spotted some turtles. I wasn't sure whether it was a rumor or not. I did find some cute little fishies, but obviously I was determined to find a turtle, and look, lo and behold, I found this gorgeous turtle. Wow, it was so tame. It literally came right up to us. I was like really shocked. This was the bigger one, and then there was a baby as well. We sort of left them alone in peace, and then I was following around this parrotfish. Their teeth do frighten the life out of me, though. You don't want to get bitten by that. So this was our next stop. This island was absolutely stunning. The water was crystal clear. I was told that there was a viewpoint, and I was determined to go up there. There were a lot of mosquitoes and I got bitten along the way, but after about a 5-minute trek, I came across this view. Wow, like no words. I then walked back to the beach, fell over here and actually twisted my ankle, but luckily I was okay, just a little bit hurt. That was the viewpoint that we'd been up to, and yeah, then we headed to the next stop. This is where we were going to have our lunch. Now, I've been to the Maldives and I can tell you it looks just like this. I wasn't expecting to see water like this. Like, you know, when you see an advert and you're like, yeah, but no, this was so similar to the Maldives and all the marine life and everything. This was a black-tip reef shark, one of my faves. Can't remember this fish. I think it's called a needlefish. The teeth on it. But I was actually on the hunt for a leopard shark because our tour guide told me that there's like a local leopard shark that hangs around this cove, and they'd seen it yesterday. These fish were stalking me for like an hour, and then apparently this snake was venomous. I had no clue. I was a lot closer than I look as well, but I was glad to not get too close to the venomous snake. We then headed off. We did have lunch on the island. I had a pad thai overlooking the ocean, and it was just like the best pad thai of my whole life. And heading towards the end of the journey, we went to one little last stop. I don't know if you can see here, this ink in the water is from a squid. So I'm actually super close, but you can't see on the GoPro. I got so close to this squid and I actually really upset it. I feel quite bad, but it was actually really cool to get inked. I feel like this was the perfect way to end the trip because also I love squid. Look how interesting this is, how it sort of forms in the water. It was quite like slimy and weird. Anyway, that was the most perfect ending to the trip, and the squid was like, see you later, and that was my cue to leave.